Hi guys, my name is Ram. In this video, we will talk about the pod and also service. So, how to create a pod using the Nginx image. Now, how to expose the pod. When I say expose, basically we need to access the pod. Whatever the application that we created using the pod, we need to access that pod. And how do we access that pod? So, we access that pod using that object called no service is an object, pod is also an object in the Kubernetes. So basically the service object is used to access the pod, and in that service we are going to discuss of the type cluster IP. There are three types of services: cluster IP, node port, and load balancer. In this video we are going to talk about cluster IP, and I'm assuming that the cluster is already set up using KubeADM tool, and also network is already established between the nodes and within the cluster, so that the pods and the nodes can communicate with each other. So these are the assumptions and this is the agenda. Let's get to the terminal and check the cluster. So as you see on my screen, so I'm verifying how many pods and nodes exist at present in the cluster. Let's type the command kubectl get pods. I see the demo pod is already running. So let's delete this. So we deleted the pod. Now we can recreate it. So to create a pod, we need, there are two ways you can create the pod. One is using imperative command and other is using a declarative approach. So in this exercise, we will see how to create a pod using the imperative command, that is from the command line. Declarative means from the YAML file. So we already have the YAML file. So there are two commands basically: kubectl create -f. Here the pod YAML file. This is one way of doing it, which is called as imperative. And the other way of doing it, apply F and the pod YAML file. So this is a declarative way. So either you can use create or you can use apply. Create is basically imperative. It comes under the imperative approach. Apply comes under the declarative approach. The difference is just this: apply will create the pod if it's not existing. If it's not existing already, if you don't have a pod already, then it will create. If it existing already, if the pod is already present, then what it will do is it will update the changes. It will perform delta operations. Any changes, basically you can use the apply command. So apply is basically used for both create plus any modification. So the best approach is go with the apply command, and I have the YAML file already with me. Let's jump to the Kubernetes folder. So as you see here, we have a demo-pod.yaml, and we will make use of this YAML file to create the pod. So we'll see what is that, what does it, what information we have in the demo pod. Let's do the cat. As you see on the screen, so API version of the pod and the kind is basically the what kind of object you are going to create, metadata. So we can specify the labels are used so that the service can identify the pod using these labels, and the spec. So what are the specification details for this pod? So we are basically using Nginx image here. As you see, image colon Nginx. So we are using the Nginx image. So now let's get into the command and execute kubectl apply -f. So my pod has been created. As you see, uh, the name of the pod is demo-pod, and currently 1 out of 1, which means there are total pods 1, and then running pods 1. Status is running, which is good sign. Restart 0. Age 7 seconds. So good that we have a pod, but how do we access that? So that is when we need the service. So we need to create a service, and service is a object in a Kubernetes just like pod. So we have many objects in a Kubernetes. So pod is one object, service is one object, and to establish a communication, if you want to access the pod, if you want to access the Nginx portal that we created, then you must go for the service type. And at present, we want to access the pod within the cluster environment. I don't want to access the pod from the outside. So we want to access the pod within the cluster environment. So that's why you need to go for service of the type cluster IP. Cluster IP is resolvable within the cluster environment. So without further delay, let's configure the service. Okay, how do we do that? Again, you can do it, using two ways. One is imperative and a declarative. So here we are going to use the method imperative approach. So imperative approach is basically providing the command line inputs. So how do we do that? kubectl create -f. So create is this create is for basically for the pod. So kubectl expose what you want to expose pod, and so let's give the name of the pod. And you can give a name to the service, because when we say expose, we are creating a service, and at the same time we are also linking that pod to the service. That's why we gave the pod name. And we are also at this, what we are actually doing is we are creating a service. That is the first thing, and the second thing is we are linking that service to the pod. So we are doing the two operations at the same time. We are using this command. So let's call this service name as demo-pod-service. And so we need to tell what is the port, the service, port for the service. Let's give that 80. And target port is basically for the pod. So on which port the container is accessible. So that is what we are specifying in a target port, and it is 80 again. So this port 80 is for service, and target port is for the container. Okay, and so now we need to specify the type. What type of service it is? It is a cluster IP service. So why is cluster IP? Because we want to access the pod within the Kubernetes environment. So that's why we are giving a cluster IP. There are different types like load balancer, cluster node port, ingress, that we will see in some other videos. So as of now, so we are only focusing on the accessing the pod within the local environment. I mean within the cluster environment. So it's internal to the cluster. It's like internal IP. So kubectl expose pod name, and the name of the service, and the port, and the target port, and the type cluster. Just quickly hit enter. I'm sorry, that it's already there. Let's delete the existing pod. Sorry, existing service. Now let's create. So as you see the output, the service is export, which means that we can access the pod. So how do we access the pod? Let's do this one thing. Get pods, kubectl get pods -provide if you want to get a or IP of the pod. So this is the IP of the pod. Let's access this pod. How do we access? Using the call command. As you see, we can see the output. Now let's see the details of the service. So there are two types of services. One is Kubernetes, which is inbuilt service, and the other is demo pod service, which we just created now, and the cluster IP. So we can reach the pod using this cluster IP also, because the objects within the cluster can talk to each other. Okay, so because we already established the network communication during the installation and also during the CNA plugin enable. Let's access. As you see, so we can access the pod using the cluster IP as well. Hope this video is informative. Thank you for watching. Let's connect in the next video. Thank you.